Hello, beloveds. Welcome. I'm Amanda Sophia, and you're listening to the Amanda Sophia podcast to support you to step into deeply loving yourself, connect with your inner magic, and from there, love your life. From conscious living, feng shui, and women's wisdom, this is the place to come for real stories and guidance on living your most fulfilled life. Beloved, do you long for transformation and sustainable healing in your life and home? You're invited to our free online feng shui monthly gatherings. We'll be discussing remedies, tools, and tips to create an environment that you thrive in. A home that when you enter, your spirits rise. Our circle of support is there for you to grow, learn, and be empowered. We're waiting for you, beloved. Check out our free monthly gatherings on Join Amanda Sophia website. Mina, classical feng shui expert from Vancouver, BC, Canada, combines her 20 years of feng shui experience, Indian rituals, and meditation. Her intention is to bring out the best in each individual, whether it's through her manifestation coaching, Reiki practice, life experience of speaking from her authentic self, and of course her gifted work as a feng shui expert. Hello, beloveds, and welcome to our Feng Shui podcast. And I am so honored and delighted to welcome our guest today, Mina. She is a Feng Shui expert. She's a graduate of the International Feng Shui School, and she is amazing. Welcome, Mina.
Thank you, Amanda. It's such an honor to visit with you today.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you. And I'm just going to get, stuck in because I love to hear about people's calling, that like soul calling to feng shui. Like, what was it that made you go, I want to learn about feng shui?
Yes, for me, it was not an overnight thing. Feng Shui has been with me since my baby was born. He's now 27 years old. And I just went out and got a coffee table book. I don't even remember where I got it at the time because definitely back then it was not the internet. So, we turned to books. And I've had that book since on my coffee table, many transitions through life over the years, but it was meant to be. And that's how my feng shui journey started.
So there was all goody bits and bobs that you used to get out of the book and integrate it,
Yes. And throughout my life since then, I had 3 feng shui consultations done over the 20 years. And so definitely the gentle nudges were there and I was seeing success, different modalities of feng shui, but regardless, it was feng shui. And I honestly believe that's what led me to where I am today.
So beautiful. Okay, so 27 years, this book was like, hey, learn more on your coffee table. And then it was like, okay, now it's time, and maybe, your son was older and it was just, I'm a firm believer in divine timing. And you're like, okay, I'm ready to start learning about that. So you took the Feng Shui Master certification. How was that for you, learning about it and like share that with us and integrating it into your own life? And I know you had consultations you had already, but like yourself, like understanding it on such a even deeper level. Tell us about that.
Yes, for me, it was actually more of a spiritual journey. I lost my father 7 years ago, and I truly feel to this day that he was the one that gave me that little push. I was a full-time flight attendant back then. It was 15 years already, and flying full-time, busy. And all of a sudden, one day, I got the inkling that I need to continue forward. And then, of course, I searched. I'm East Indian. We have something very similar in India. Then I had to do my research. Is it going to be that modality? I live in Canada. I've been here since I was 13. I wanted something, tools that I could incorporate into where I live, where it's doable. We have the cures, we have the remedies that are doable. Researched, came across International School of Feng Shui, researched some more. There was another course in San Diego 10 months later, and I signed up.
Oh, so happy you did. And how was that for you? Like the knowledge that you learned, did you then kind of come home, right? Because you flew home back to Canada and started implementing into your life. And because there is this, because I know now you have a very successful practice and are transforming lives. But it's really important. And I say this to everyone, like you can learn it, but you need to integrate. You have to walk your talk and you have to embody it in order to go out and share it in the world. So, um, what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was just, I could write a book on that experience. It's just been a
Yay!
beautiful
Okay, there's a book
journey.
coming out, everyone.
Oh, there will be. There will be. It's just been a beautiful journey, honey. It started in San Diego, and then, of course, then shortly after I lost my mother,
No.
and then I truly feel again that it was another nudge saying, "Okay, you've gone and got, you're trained," but I was still flying full time, and literally instead of being grounded, being up here, come and go, living out of a suitcase, and after that. I formed my company.
Hmm.
And when I formed my company, the support I got from you, the private group that we have, answering all the questions, getting trained is one thing, but it's a support after. And what I loved about the way your setup is you've combined spirituality into it. And that's what resonated with me. Yes, I got the tools in my training and beautiful, I mean, classical feng shui, working with numbers, staying current every year, renewing the remedies. That's beautiful. That really resonated with me because I belong to, in the background in India, we're firm believers in astrology too. So the way, it wasn't just do the remedies once and forget about it. We are now renewing them every year too. So the whole thing really resonated with me. And whenever I had questions, having that support meant a lot. And that is how my passion, my business took off. It
Well,
was
no,
beautiful.
I don't think it's to do with the support because I think it's to do with your gifts, your gifts and the energy that you're putting out there and this beautiful service that you're offering. So I'd love to hear about that because that's really interesting. You went from, as you say, high in the sky, living out of a suitcase a lot, like, and then, because feng shui is all about grounding us into the space. So you really went from this, the air element to the kind of the earth, right? To be and to help people with that, So, how was that transition for you? And then it sounds like you've just thrived and you're delighted with it, as well. But I'd love to know because I think this is really important for anybody, start up their own business. It's really different when you have a job, right? And you get paid and then all of a sudden you have your own practice and then clients, you're aligning with clients and working with them one on one. I'd love to hear about how that journey was for you setting up your business and it sounds like lots of beautiful opportunities aligned with you. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Yes, I truly feel that things happen when they're meant to, but we have to do our part. And I also am a firm believer in closing one door so the other can open. Sometimes the universe gives us that nudge, like I said. What we went through 2 years ago, the world literally shut down. And of course, so did flying. So now I'm home, and that meant I'm grounded. And as I was grounded, beautiful opportunities started to show up, and I act on them. I go full force forward. Of course, keeping myself grounded, meditating in the mornings, listening to the signs, watching for them, but also acting on them. When the world was shut down for the first time in my life, by then it was 20 years of flying, and I I put everything I knew into my company. I created my beautiful website with the content from my heart. What is classical feng shui, what is spirituality, and how to blend them both together. And really, it was not a chore. It was, I worked 24/7. I gave it everything I had, but then I was seeing beautiful results. And even the name momentum has om in it. That was not thought out. That came to me one evening. I know where I was sitting in my home office at 8 p.m. at night, and all of a sudden the name popped up. And underneath my tagline, bringing om into feng shui.
Oh,
That
that's
is my tagline.
gorgeous.
Yes. And everything since then, Amanda, I mean, sometimes I literally am in tears, in
I
awe of
feel
how
that.
beautifully the universe has delivered for me.
I feel that. I feel emotional when you're sharing that with me, and that's when you know, just like you're in your dharma, you're on purpose, and things are just lining up. And I love that. And your website is so beautiful. It is an expression of who you are and what you offer. And I love that you said, you poured your heart and soul, and we're so blessed because it really, I mean, it's like I get to hang out and chat with you. I mean, it's, and then we get to go to people's homes and support them and create balance, so it doesn't ever really feel like we're working. It's soul work, so it's joyful, but tell us
Beautiful.
about that. For everybody listening, because I love that you said you poured your heart and soul into your website, like what is class feng shui, what is spirituality, how they come together. I'd love for you to share that with us. Tell us about that.
Yes, that's when I went and got trained, that was to get the tools. And I'm so passionate about, and so blessed to have stumbled across you and what you stand for and the tools. And then the rest was up to me to now make it my own. And like I said, it was not a chore. 40 to 60% of my consultations are virtual around the world, a lot in North America, but the rest are around the world. As you know, we have our virtual compass. It's
Yes.
very doable. And I have had the time now to set up a beautiful practice where I sit here for 3 hours, and they have their reports, they have everything in front of them. That's part of it. And then the other part is the spiritual component. Guiding them to set their intention, guiding them to meditate, the meaning behind why we do what we do. Place the water feature here, but to place it with intention, and just everything that goes along with it. And the other ones are in person. Yesterday I had a consultation supposed to be around 3 hours, but usually I'm there 4 to 6 hours. I don't leave until all their questions are answered. A lot of it is just guiding them on this beautiful spiritual journey that I'm also evolving on. We're all evolving.
Hmm.
And I feel with my clients, I also am, just moving along beautifully. And
They're
I
great teachers, aren't they?
truly, I am in just such a happy place, Amanda.
Oh.
I count my blessings every morning and every night.
Oh, so beautiful. Well, tell us about one of your, I don't know, just like you feel like, I'm sure there's tons and tons of clients that you've worked with and supported, but have you got like a favorite that you'd like to share with us, an experience, that you and your client had and results that your client had? We'd love to hear.
Yes. Well, I mean, each one is a story. To me, they're not files. They're just beautiful connections that I've been, guided to support. But making a difference in a home, for example, just yesterday's consultation was a family that sat in. The mother works outside of the home. The father has a home office. Two grown boys that live there in their 30s. And East Indian families, sometimes we have beautiful blended families. So I was had the honor to go into one of the homes and set up each one of their home offices in their supporting position based on the personal trigram.
That's
First
brilliant.
time you
Yeah.
created all of them. And just the look on their face, Amanda, the warmth in their heart, and the gratitude as I was leaving. I just felt like universe, like really. And one of my spiritual friends told me, she said, Mina, when you're expressing gratitude, always express gratitude to the universe coming through you, not from you, but not through you. And that's truly what I feel.
Oh,
Just making, last week it was a 10,000 square foot mental institute that I did the annual consultation in for the second time, and the difference we saw with the staff, with the interactions from last year to when I did the annual visit this year, and just making and everything in between. Each one
oh,
is
so
a
so
unique connection.
amazing. And as we know, every single home needs, that balance, but also so do, as hospitals and everything, and um, all the businesses. I mean, people spend a third of their lives in their offices as well. So it's so important. It sounds like you're doing just such beautiful work in people's homes and in their lives. It's gorgeous, really beautiful.
Well, you've empowered us with the tools. The rest is up to us what we make out of it. And I'm blending the spirituality and my classical feng shui tools beautifully.
Oh, you're amazing. And what tell us kind of what's new for you. It sounds like there is a book, brewing, right? Is there anything kind of new and exciting that you're start? I know you're doing a beautiful job with virtual and in-person consultations. And is there anything else exciting that you're kind of looking into or starting that you want to share with us?
Well, thank you for asking. I am. Yes. There's, like I said, my mission is to combine it and keep the focus on elevating people in their spaces when they hire my services with Momentum Feng Shui. And what I found, naturally, I was intrigued to go down that path, but I also found that it would be very beneficial to combine together. And it all started from the personal trigrams. Is I am now training in numerology, and it is
Fantastic.
astronumerology. So there's the astrology component. I've mentioned I'm from India. I've been here since I was 13, but very much Indian at heart as well. I do wear an astrology ring. I've been wearing it. I see an astrologer periodically. The way the stars are aligned, we have to. And it was just natural progression. I looked into it again and joined an organization out of North America that is, and soon I will be certified as an astronumerologist as well. And I feel it will all go hand in hand.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, with classical feng shui and flying stars, we are looking at the alignment of the stars and the
Yes.
cosmos. So it's so perfect. You'll be working with the home, but also the beloveds in the home. So,
Yes,
oh,
yes.
that's
It was
wonderful.
being I was being called for. It was just being called for. The clients were asking for it, and it's just like I said, a natural progression.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I call it following that golden thread. Like you had the coffee book and then you felt that guidance after, I'm sorry, losing your father 7 years ago, and then you felt that guidance. And then, after, from your mom passing, which I'm so sorry to hear about as well. Um, and then, all your clients guide you, it's just one step, next step, next step. And now this, that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's really exciting. And I love your background because you have this beautiful piece of, it looks like citrine. And then is that a selenite lamp as well, right? Behind you.
Yes.
Beautiful. And then looks,
It's full
yeah.
supporting me. And I custom made my wall. It's got all five elements. It starts from fire, and then there's earth, and then there's metal, water, and wood.
Oh,
And it's what
gorgeous.
supports me. I know you don't see all of it, but I feel supported. I had it custom made, and I just love the way it's supporting me. One thing that just came to me, I wanted to add also, which I just in awe of how it came, but um, on my website, you will also see, I think it's the first line as I start to write the content is West meets East.
Mm.
And growing up all my life, I'm from India, then Philippines, and Asian mythology, and it was always you know people living there looking out to the West for music, for fashion, for anything, which is medicine.
Hmm.
It's great. But now, the last 10, 20, 30 years, the way it's shifting, we're shifting to what was always practiced there. And I think it's a beautiful balance between the two. And I am just blessed to also have the awareness and the background from those tools. We're turning to naturopathic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, acupuncture, acupressure, Reiki, Feng Shui. It all originated there. And I am
Absolutely.
just such an honor to be in a place where I can introduce that to the Western world as well.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I love that. Love hearing about your journey and love hearing, this natural progression and the joy of it and the fulfillment. And so maybe just for us to close here together, you would share with us, a lot of people think feng shui is about moving a sofa or something, and we know that it's so much more. It's like it's it's what houses our soul, which houses our temple, our body, and our families, and it's so vitally important. But then we have our inner feng shui, and that's a huge thing. Our spiritual path that we talk about and we learn about in the feng shui training. So what are some practices? Because in order for you to be able to give every day and be of service, and it's not like everything has to be perfect in our lives to practice feng shui, because as we know, life has ebbs and flows. But in order to keep our vibration to the vibration that we need to in order to show up for our clients and be our best selves for ourselves, what are some of what is your spiritual practice or your self-care practices for doing that?
Yes, for me, it's twofold. It's self-care to myself, and also, what is going to elevate my spiritual journey, or to keep it moving along. I highly, highly believe in donation, and to me, donation not just in the form of dollars and cents, but donating my time. And in the very beginning, I was introduced to, or it was brought to my attention by my spiritual friend, to not focus so much on the dollars in my business. That will come. And really focus on giving my time to my clients. So when I am consulted on the discovery calls, or even after the consultation, they call it hand holding. They say Meena does a lot of hand holding. It's to give my time from my heart. That is, to me, it could be half an hour every day, it could be sometimes an hour or a few hours a week. Regardless, when somebody's reaching out, that is, I do that from my heart. As far as the daily self-care, it's especially now that I get to sleep in my own bed every night. There's no price tag on it. I've officially resigned now, and this is what I do full time, is to wake up every morning, and just as I'm waking up, to go inwards and connect to the higher power and express gratitude for the simple fact that I am waking up today, to everything else that's great in my life to be grateful for. And I do the same thing the last thing as I'm dozing off, because as you know firsthand, Amanda, those are the energies that stay with us while we're sleeping. So everything in between waking up and sleeping, staying in the state of gratitude. That's I'm on a mission to continue down that journey.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I do feel like there's a gratitude for the challenges as well. It's like there are growth, there are learning experiences there. So I love that. That's so beautiful. And I have so much gratitude for you and sharing your wisdom and your journey with us. Thank you so much. Is
Thank
there,
you.
is
Thank
there,
you.
is there any
Such
last, oh, such an
such an honor to connect with you, Amanda. Thank you, honey.
likewise. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meena. This is a testimonial from Aisling Burke, who is a graduate of the Feng Shui Master Certification. This training was beautiful. Wonderful and wise Amanda was life-changing. I got so much out of it and made new friends for life. I can't put into words just how wonderful and beneficial this course is. Not only about developing a new craft, but also helps you grow as a person. Thank you for those beautiful words, Aisling. Come on over to joinamandasophia.com to carry on this powerful conversation together, and where there are tons of other amazing episodes. Did you enjoy this podcast? If so, please subscribe And pretty please, leave me a 5-star review. And if you think your friends will benefit, please share it with them. If you want even more great resources to live your most fulfilled life, sign up for my email updates. Thanks so much for listening and sending much love your way.